Kali Linux is a specialized operating system designed for ethical hacking and penetration testing. It's a powerful tool that security professionals use to identify and fix vulnerabilities. However, hackers can also use Kali Linux for malicious purposes. Kali Linux comes preloaded with a vast collection of tools. These tools are used for various hacking tasks, including network scanning, packet sniffing, password cracking, vulnerability analysis, and wireless network exploitation. One of the key advantages of Kali Linux is its user-friendly interface. This makes it accessible even for beginners with limited technical knowledge. The availability of comprehensive documentation and online tutorials further lowers the barrier to entry for aspiring hackers. Before launching an attack, hackers need to find vulnerable Wi-Fi networks. This is the first step in their malicious journey, and it involves a combination of skill, patience, and the right tools. Hackers are constantly on the lookout for networks that are poorly secured, as these present the easiest targets. They employ a variety of methods to identify these networks, each with its own set of techniques and tools. They use various techniques to identify potential targets, from simple scanning to more sophisticated methods. One common technique is to use software that can detect and list all available Wi-Fi networks in the vicinity. These tools can provide detailed information about each network, such as its signal strength, encryption type, and even the manufacturer of the router. This information is crucial for hackers to determine which networks are worth targeting. War driving, where hackers drive around with a laptop and a powerful Wi-Fi adapter, scanning for available networks. This method allows them to cover a large area and find multiple networks in a short amount of time. The term war driving comes from the practice of driving around and mapping out the locations of Wi-Fi networks. Hackers often use GPS devices to log the exact coordinates of each network they find, creating detailed maps of vulnerable networks in a given area. Public Wi-Fi hotspots like those in coffee shops, airports, and hotels, which can be insecure and easily exploited. These locations are particularly attractive to hackers because they often have a high volume of traffic and are less likely to be secured with strong passwords or encryption. Hackers can set up fake hotspots, known as evil twins, to trick users into connecting to them, allowing the hacker to intercept all the data being transmitted. Wireless network sniffers, such as AeroDump-Ang, which capture Wi-Fi traffic and reveal information about nearby networks. These tools can monitor and log all the data packets being transmitted over a network, providing hackers with valuable information about the network's activity. By analyzing this data, hackers can identify patterns and vulnerabilities that they can exploit. Network sniffers are powerful tools that can give hackers a detailed view of the network's inner workings. Hackers look for specific vulnerabilities in Wi-Fi networks, including weak passwords. Using common passwords or default credentials makes it easier for hackers to gain access. Many people still use simple, easy-to-guess passwords for their Wi-Fi networks, making them prime targets for hackers. By using automated tools, hackers can quickly test a large number of passwords to find the correct one. Once they gain access, they can monitor the network, steal sensitive information, or even launch further attacks. Outdated encryption protocols like WEP encryption are outdated and easily cracked, while WPA/WPA2 can also be vulnerable to certain attacks. WEP, or Wired Equivalent Privacy, is an older encryption standard that is no longer considered secure. Even WPA and WPA2, which are more modern, have their own vulnerabilities that can be exploited by determined hackers. It's important for users to keep their encryption protocols up to date and use the strongest available options to protect their networks. Misconfigured access points, where incorrectly configured routers can create security holes that hackers can exploit. This can happen when users fail to change default settings, such as the default username and password, or when they disable important security features. Hackers can take advantage of these misconfigurations to gain unauthorized access to the network. It's crucial for users to properly configure their routers and regularly update their firmware to protect against these types of attacks. Section 4. Reconnaissance Tools Unveiling Network Secrets. Once a potential target is identified, hackers use reconnaissance tools to gather information about the network. This information helps them plan their attack. NetDiscover scans the network to identify connected devices and their IP addresses. Nmap performs port scanning to discover open ports and services running on the target network. AeroDump captures Wi-Fi packets and analyzes network traffic to reveal SSID, encryption type, and client devices. These tools help hackers gain a comprehensive understanding of the target network structure, connected devices, and security measures in place. This information is crucial for choosing the most effective attack strategy. Section 5. Cracking WEP, Encryption, Exploiting the Weaknesses. WEP, or Wired Equivalent Privacy, is an outdated encryption protocol with known vulnerabilities. Hackers can easily crack WEP passwords using tools like AirCrack-ong. AirCrack-ong captures a large number of Wi-Fi packets from the target network. The tool then analyzes the captured packets to exploit weaknesses in WEP encryption. Once enough packets are captured, AirCrack-ong can crack the WEP password and grant access to the network. WEP is no longer considered secure and should be avoided at all costs. Upgrading to WPA2 or WPA3 encryption is crucial for protecting your Wi-Fi network from attacks. Section 6. WPA/WPA2. Attacks, bypassing stronger security measures. While WPA and WPA2 encryption is more secure than WPA, it's not foolproof. These encryption protocols are designed to protect wireless networks by making it difficult for unauthorized users to access the data being transmitted. However, as technology evolves, so do the methods used by hackers to break through these defenses. Hackers have developed sophisticated techniques to bypass these security measures. They are constantly researching and finding new vulnerabilities to exploit. This cat-and-mouse game between security experts and hackers means that no system can ever be completely secure. One common method is the brute force attack. This involves using automated tools to try thousands or even millions of password combinations until they find the correct one. These tools can run continuously, testing different combinations at a rapid pace, making it a matter of time before they succeed if the password is weak. Dictionary attacks are another prevalent technique. Unlike brute force attacks that use random combinations, dictionary attacks use a pre-compiled list of common passwords. These lists often include the most frequently used passwords, making it easier for hackers to gain access if users have chosen weak or common passwords. Wi-Fi Protected Setup, or WPS, vulnerabilities are another target for hackers. WPS is a feature designed to make it easier to connect devices to a wireless network, but it can also be a weak point. Hackers can exploit flaws in the WPS implementation to gain unauthorized access to the network. Some routers have significant vulnerabilities in their WPS implementation that hackers can exploit to gain access. These vulnerabilities can be due to poor design, outdated firmware, or lack of proper security measures. Once inside, hackers can monitor network traffic, steal sensitive information, or even take control of the network. Hackers can also use social engineering techniques to trick users into revealing their Wi-Fi passwords. Social engineering involves manipulating people into performing actions or divulging confidential information. This can be done through various means such as phishing emails, phone calls, or even in-person interactions. Phishing emails, fake Wi-Fi hotspots, and other deceptive methods can be used to steal login credentials. For example, a hacker might set up a fake Wi-Fi hotspot that looks legitimate, tricking users into connecting to it and entering their passwords. Once the hacker has the password, they can access the user's network and any sensitive information transmitted over it.